Welcome back to day 5 of 4 Americans' first trip to England. If you missed day 4, which includes our trip to the Borough Market in London, as well as several taste tests from the Borough Market, not only that, our very first Sunday roast, you can check it out at the video link above. But without further ado, let's get on to day 5.
Day 5.
Day 5 was good. What are we doing this time? We went to Oxford. There we go, Mark. We took a train.
Good job, Mark.
From Tame to Oxford.
Yes, 4 Americans took their first train ride yesterday.
Riding a train is probably one of those things that is just so much a part of everyday life in England that you don't really think of it as being an experience. But it was a really cool experience for us. I myself personally never thought I would get the opportunity to ride a train or even have a reason to ride a train. Much like Cheddar Gorge, this addition to our itinerary was a late one. However, we are glad that we got to have this experience. While not mandatory to get to Oxford, it was a really cool way to travel.
Not only that, but we were afraid that we'd purchase the wrong tickets because it would split into 2 separate tickets. We went to Bittencourt City first.
We did not. We went to Bicester Village.
Bicester.
We did not go to Bittencourt City.
Where is that? Where did you see that?
Or whatever the hell he just said. I think that's in Pokemon. Anywho, we kept on past
Vista
Village into Oxford.
Where we did some shopping and...
Wait, before that, we had our very first Greg's experience.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
So we have a steak bake, we have a steak beans and cheese, we have a cheese and onion, and we have panu chocolat, which we'll be trying first right now.
Okay. Oh, we are? Alright. It pains me to try this with you. He said pano chocolat, and then Mark started just pulling out whatever he had in his pocket.
So what is your thoughts on Greg's? We've heard mixed reviews, heard it's nice for what it is, we've also heard it's could be a lot better.
I've had a few chocolate pastries this week. I enjoy chocolate pastries.
That's all right.
That's all right.
It's not bad.
It's not earth-shattering.
That's pretty good, man. I give it a lush. I mean, I'm not going to let them disparage that to the point of they're getting ready to say lovely.
I like the texture and the chewiness. It's lush for me too.
What?
What?
Mark? I'm going to do with the lush. I might fall over dead.
I'm gonna be the low man on the totem pole.
Wow.
That's good. But
That's not a rating.
I have had a ton of other stuffed croissants that are quite a bit better than
That's
that.
not the right way to rate that.
So I'm going lovely.
Okay, anyways, ignoring stupid over here, because he just pulled a Josh and said, oh, I've had better croissants, and I've had things that I compare better to this.
I think even if that was the first chocolate croissant that I've ever had, it did not
Pain
go
au de chocolat from Greg's. Overall rating, even with a lovely, is
lush.
Next on the menu.
Surprise!
It's a vegan sausage, something or other, as it says.
It could be a steak bake, it could be a cheese and onion, it could be a beans cheese steak. Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
I said use paprika to delineate flavor.
That looks like a cheese and
and
onion.
onion.
Cheese and onion.
I hate how you just did all of that.
You just ripped it in half and then ate it anyway.
Right in half and then took a bite of it. Like, who does that?
You deserve to be punched.
Why am I on this channel? Poor you. You don't even want left.
can also have this piece. Those are big.
That's what I mean. You ripped that piece off and then you ate it anyway, and then you got a piece in your hand.
You don't even get a bite of the next one.
For no reason, you're just holding a piece of it.
We're going to break you off your portion of the next one. What do you think? Oh, you're eating again. Seems how I went second. It's lovely.
What? Now that I'm done eating, I want to look at that look.
The Brits make a very good pastry, man. Shut up.
I feel different.
I'm ripping you off. You get a piece. I'll hold your opinion until you're ready. The Brits make a great pastry. Lush.
I think that was good. I enjoyed that. It's a lush.
All right, same result. But with
Glad I went first.
a lovely move down the path this time. Overall, the cheese and onion bake from Greg's. We'll give that a lush.
All right, up next.
Another
Another
pastry.
surprise
Another
pastry.
surprise.
Please.
I'll just bite into it
Thank
this
you.
time.
Golly.
Bean and cheese.
Mini cheese.
That was bean and
What is
cheese.
it?
It's a bean and cheese.
Don't bring it here.
Thank you for that.
I hate it. I don't know what kind of beans Greg uses. If any of the UK companies that we visited this week would like to sponsor us, please contact us at blanksnoneaskfor@gmail.com. Link down below.
Any bucks?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Is that that van we've been speaking of so much right here lately? Take that.
Oh,
I'll go with a little lush on that one. I'm
I love
good.
a lush.
All over lush. Sticking with my guns, still lovely.
Sticking with my guns, except that was better than the last one. Lush.
that was better than the last one. Rick throwing something with beans on the toast. Yeah, beans on the
Beans
bacon.
and bacon.
Lush.
Again, same outcome.
exact result from last time.
3 lushes, 1 lovely brings the overall score of the steak, bean, and cheese to a rating of lush.
Oh my God, we're on the same page.
It
Finally.
only took 3 tries.
And last,
Oh, this one's pretty warm.
but not least, by process of elimination, we know what this one is.
This is the Panda au chocolat.
Pardue.
All right, now bite.
This is the
Steak bake.
steak bake. Probably the most famous Greg's product.
I'm gonna take a small bite of this.
Wow.
I know Josh wanted to lay steak for us.
Did you say lay steak to this?
I did.
Did you mean to do that?
No. As witty as I am, I cannot take credit for that.
Considering you're still eating, I might get more than a lovely.
I'm going lovely because that was not as good as anything I've had so far. Good pastry. I don't know if I like gravy and steak for my breakfast. Well, I guess there could be any time of day.
You can't base your rating off of what time of the day you're
That's
eating.
correct, and I'm still at a lovely. Because unlike you, I don't change my
I'm
opinion.
lush across the board.
What'd you say?
I'm lush across the board.
Oh, lush across the board.
I am a gravy and steak person on a pastry. I'm gonna give it a
Name
lush.
me one other steak and gravy pastry dish that you.
Well, I mean, I like the
No.
gravy and the steak together, and
There's
pastry,
nothing I
all
love
that.
more than a Pillsbury steak and gravy toaster.
Yes,
let me tell you.
absolutely.
can't name it.
The ice packet is gravy all over the top.
I really hate to do this to Greg's because we were having such a great lush time up until this point, but it was good. It was not great. It certainly was not lush in my opinion, so I'm going lovely. Which means with 2 lushes, 2 lovelies for the first
Hold
time,
the integrity of our rating scale.
the overall rating of the steak bake comes out to a score of
Lovely.
That's been our first review of Greg's.
I'd like to go back again. We didn't even get a sausage roll. We getting screamed at. They're like, you didn't get a sausage roll.
Hold up, I'm good.
Taylor didn't get a sausage roll.
So with 4 ratings, 3 lushes, and 1 lovely overall, that brings the overall score of Greg's in total to lush.
All right, we're now rating establishments.
We saw probably more bikes in one centralized place than I've ever seen in my entire
that many
life.
bikes in my life.
And the crazy,
I could be at
London.
I could be at a Huffy factory and not see that many bikes.
I think the crazy part is that they were all actively being used by people who have just gone into the city, I would assume. So that was pretty wild. All right, here we are in the middle of a heat wave.
Freezing.
So hot outside, I can't hardly stand it. We packed for like 70 to 80 degree Fahrenheit weather.
We were
It's
bamboozled.
now currently probably like 50 or 55 degrees.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, Fahrenheit. We have very light jackets. We will be sourcing a little bit thicker outerwear as we're in Oxford today. Then we were off to our first official adventure in Oxford, which was the Ashmolean Museum. If you're into art, archaeology, or just history in and of itself, this place is an absolute goldmine. It's actually the oldest public museum in the UK, having been open since 1683. Yeah, people have been walking through these doors for over 300 years. One of the biggest highlights of this museum is their Egyptian collection. Real mummies, ancient coffins covered in hieroglyphs, and statues that are over 3,000 years old. We spent a little less than an hour in here, but we could have probably spent half the day just going through and reading and really digging into each and every artifact enclosed in this building. The history in here was incredible.
One cool thing that I had seen, I guess we haven't touched on, is how the museums are free. Most of the museums here are free. They operate on donations or trusts, which trusts are not uncommon to other museums in the United States, but most of your museums are not free like that, which is pretty cool. And most of them have far more things than a lot of the museums in the States do.
100%. And we would pay upwards of
Premium
$25
prices
for a full day in a museum like that.
Absolutely.
So it's been pretty neat. So we left the first museum and we went to Keble College. Thank you. And we were toured around by one of our viewers, Joe. So shout out to you, Joe. Thank you so much for the very informative
Amazing
tour.
architecture.
And it's not a tour that everybody gets, so we feel super special.
The warden of Oxford College, Joe, right?
Yeah, Warden Joe.
That's right.
Warden Joe.
Welcome to Keble College, one of Oxford University's distinctive colleges, this one known for its red brick architecture. It was founded in 1870 and designed in a Victorian Gothic style, which set it apart from many of the older stone-built colleges across the city. Being at Keble College literally felt like stepping into a movie. The beautiful architecture, the grounds in general, this incredible dining hall. It didn't matter where we went, each and every part of this college felt larger than life.
It's one of the newer colleges, so we're about 150 years old, so not one of the old ones, but certainly one of the largest of the colleges.
Sorry, I'm a little taken aback.
I'm sorry, I see it every day, so that's why I brought you, so you could enjoy it. So take time, don't feel rushed in any way. I mean, it is beautiful.
Just the amount of time
Yeah.
and delicacy that would have gone into
Yeah.
structures like this. I think that's been the biggest thing for us, is just seeing like the history of the buildings and just how intricate
Yeah, they were.
the design was.
And they were, of course, all done by hand. So, you know,
Right,
back
exactly.
in those days, they're not sort of prints.
The painting seen here is called The Light of the World, and it's by artist William Holman Hunt. It was painted and given to Keble College to be on display for any who would like to come and view it in the early 1900s. That's right, this painting is not only open to Keble College students, but it's open to visitors as well, and is located in a small, dedicated side chapel off the main chapel here in Keble.
You go to the States, it's not like that.
Yeah.
You know, there may be two shops together, then you might not see anything
That's
for
right.
half a mile. And then there might be a strip of shops there. It's just not, everything is not
Close
localized.
together. Like
Yeah.
You're looking at about £8,000 if you're a full-time student. So to be in central Oxford and to have housing, that's pretty good. They pay separately, obviously, for all the meals they decide to take, and then their courses. I mean, that depends on what course they're taking. But they could be anything from £25,000 to £35,000 a year.
The coolest thing to me was that the college has a bar, which would absolutely never be a thing in the United States.
One of 3 paintings of Jesus that I can't remember who painted it.
Mark, leave it to Mark to segue bar into one of 3 paintings of Jesus.
For those wondering, Joe did ask to remain off camera for the duration of this tour, which we happily obliged with. And honestly, this is not something that was on our radar prior to our visit, and it would not have happened if it weren't for Joe reaching out to us and offering to give this tour. So first and foremost, thank you so much, Joe, for your kindness. Thank you for taking time out of your day to showcase your beautiful college, and thank you so much for giving us an experience we will not forget. Our next stop in Oxford wasn't a lengthy one, but it was well worth the visit. This was the Oxford University Museum of Natural History. The building itself looked like something out of a fantasy novel, but once you got inside, it was literally like stepping back to the prehistoric ages. While most museums that we've been to have been very clear about keeping your hands off of everything inside, the coolest part about this museum is that there were plenty of interactive exhibits that asked that you do touch and welcomed you interacting and engaging with the exhibits within. You know, I don't think any of us have really been classified as museum goers in the past, but England was quickly changing our perspective on this. As we make our way to our next destination in Oxford, we are curious. This is our day 5 vlog from our trip to England, and we want your feedback. Which day has been your favorite thus far, and why was it your favorite? Any and all feedback will help us for upcoming vlogs, as well as upcoming trips to England and other regions of the UK. So please drop that feedback in the comment section below. At this point in the day, we took advantage of a lot of the shops and bookstores that were available to us and started to pick up some souvenirs and things to take back home to our friends, families, and loved ones. And we were just treated to so many incredible sights every step along the way. As we approached midday, it was time to start thinking about getting something light on our stomachs. We did have a pretty large dinner planned, so we didn't want to fill up on too much. But as we were walking through this covered market, we spotted Brothers Baguettes, Cappuccino, and Pastries. And in the window, they were advertising clotted cream scones, a first-time experience we had yet to have. So we thought it would be a good place to get a light snack and prepare us for our dinner later. You guys had chicken tikka
Tikka.
baguettes.
Man, y'all's memory is getting
Excellent.
better and
Excellent.
better every day.
They're talking. By the end of the 10th recap, they will have said 2 complete sentences
And
collectively.
then you had,
I had a jacket potato with beans and cheese.
and then I had what was supposed to be cream, clotted cream
Scone.
crumpet.
Are you malfunctioning?
What is going on? You better not put a picture of that and say it's a crumpet. You're gonna get so much hate.
And here's the picture of the crumpet.
Right here is the crumpet.
And after our light lunch, it was time for dessert, and we had heard so many incredible things about Ben's cookies, and it just so happened to be in the covered market that we were in, so we had to get 7 to taste test for ourselves.
We'll be trying 7 different flavors of Ben's cookies.
Trying all 7?
Ginger.
Yep, Chuck. Brother is trying the smart
Would you like to?
How to let Greta have bigger breadcrumbs to get home?
Ginger and dark cookie.
Ginger and dark
coffee. Wow. That's some ginger in there. Yeah, Mark, I feel like I was sham.
That for me was slush. I really enjoyed the ginger.
I'm gonna go lush as well.
I know someone who did not.
I have high hopes.
I didn't really enjoy that. It's I like the thickness and I like the texture. The taste is not so great to me. Lovely.
I'm gonna go with lush on that one. That would have been good. All right, the ginger and dark chocolate variant of Ben's. 3 lushes, 1 lovely. Overall rating of lush.
Up next,
White chocolate chunk.
That's beautiful.
Probably.
Cookie.
You should just
I'm gonna
tear
pass
it in
the
half.
cookie and you get what you want.
Tear it in half. And tear it in half. Oh, imagine that. There we go. There we go.
Thank you.
White chocolate chunk from Ben's. You might have any ghosters standing around.
Thank you, sir.
I do not plan on eating a 4th of all of these cookies. You're welcome to whichever flavor you'd like.
I will start that off. That was just a step below the last one, but not enough lush.
I will agree. It doesn't stand out as a phenomenal cookie, but it was still very good, and it's a good slush.
Steps up better than the last one, but still lovely.
Wow. Same lush. All right, the white chocolate chunk. This is a great episode starting out. The white chocolate chunk from Ben's, 3 lushes, 1 lovely. Overall rating of
Lush.
what Josh has been waiting for.
Yes.
The oatmeal raisin. Very versatile cookie.
That is much different looking oatmeal raisin cookie than we have back in the States color-wise.
Watch that.
I'm not sure what's
I'll show you.
going on here.
We don't waste the oatmeal raisin around
Thank
my
you, sir.
house.
All right, oatmeal raisin.
All right. Very fragrant scent. Cinnamon or nutmeg?
Yep.
Nutmeg.
They didn't have to put all that nutmeg in there.
Raisin's really good though.
Raisin good.
Wow.
Nutmeg brings it
It's a
down.
much different texture than an American oatmeal raisin cookie. It's not as like granola, like Odie.
Odie.
That's
The
a
Odie
granola,
one.
and it was not called oatmeal raisin.
Third straight cookie, I'm going with Lush. That's a wonderful one. That might be the best one we've had so far.
It's absolutely the best one I've had so far. And
It is the best one we've had so far. And it's lush.
4 lushes all over. So unanimously, the oatmeal raisin. We'll give that a
Lush. The one I've been waiting for.
Is this the triple chocolate? Or the
I
double?
think this is the, must be the double. Nope. This is the double.
Double chocolate over top.
So break this one and I will continue being box boy.
Feed the cameraman.
Thank you.
All right, double chocolate.
It's my payment.
Double chocolate. That's triple chocolate. That is rich.
Yeah. That triple chocolate is going to kill me. Texture.
It's a little crispy on the outside, and the inside's nice and soft.
Whoever suggested Ben's comment, cookies, Ben's comment.
It's comments.
Whoever commented Ben's cookies, thank you. What are we giving that cookie before you pull the other one out?
You know how we do things on this trip. Move on to the next thing before we recap the other thing.
That was a really good cookie, but I'm continuing to blush. Maybe I'm foreshadowing.
I had high hopes for that to be on my days, but it was a little too much, in my opinion. But it was still lush, as our cameraman shakes his head. We should get cameraman rating.
He's shaking his head. He went up with his head.
Americans saying lush. I mean, too much is hilarious. That's what he's saying.
It's tough. It's right there borderline lovely lush to me. So I'm gonna go lush still.
I might have to break it and go on my days with that one.
That's the one, Mark. That's the one.
And a cameraman on my days.
Wow.
Still, with 2 on my days and 3 lushes, we don't have to figure out an average rating because it still brings the average rating of the double chocolate chunk from Ben's to lush. All right, get off your hands. Orange chocolate. There you go. Y'all can split that amongst yourselves.
This has to be the best one.
You would hope. Not letting it go to waste in your feeble man. Here, I will break you off.
Thank you.
All right, orange chocolate bar.
If you don't like it, don't eat it.
Zach's face.
I'm sure the left side thinks this is the best cookie of the day. 100%.
I will start. So no, he wants to go laugh. This is what I've been waiting for. 100% the best cookie of the day. That orange and chocolate pairs together really well, and I'm actually really glad that there's a little touch more orange than there is chocolate. It blends perfectly.
It's not a bad cookie. I like how I don't know, I just like how it all combines. So it's lovely.
I do. I also like how it's different. But I will go to lush. Is the sky gray?
Is it summer?
Anybody need to guess what I'm going to say?
No. So that brings the average score of the...
I will say something nice. Zach eloquently put that, the description on a cookie. Ben should hire him for that. Oh my days. That is the best cookie, and that is not even close.
Cameraman.
That was really good. I'd say that's the best one.
Oh, well, yeah, 3 oh my days. 2 oh my days, 1 lush, 1 lovely. A little bit of math here. I'll go to lush.
It does.
That sucks.
So the overall rating, the orange.
Although we got there a little bit different way.
Milk chocolate comes out to
lush. Disappointing.
Good Lord.
Probably the one I've been most excited about. It's the dark chocolate.
Well, triple chocolate.
That's not triple chocolate, is it?
No, it's triple. Yeah, it is. Because that one's.
Oh, that's the peanut butter. Peanut butter.
Feel free to break. You.
If you want to break.
Holy, that's a
You got the big
chunk and a half there.
Triple chunk. There we go.
Triple chunk chocolate cookie.
There's a big chunk baked in mine that I didn't know.
I think this is the double. If the triple would have had white.
Has that got some dark in it? Has it got dark chocolate? Was there a dark chocolate option?
It was.
It almost tastes dark.
I retroactively think this is the double.
It might be.
Because this wasn't as rich as the triple. That's what I perceive the triple.
That's true.
I would say that's the
Either way,
double.
Triple or double, trouble. This is still lush.
I think it's on my days. I think that's a great combination of all the chocolate things in there. And I'm actually glad that this one probably is the double chocolate chunk, because that triple one, if this one hadn't been any stronger, I may have just fallen out and had to be wheelbarrowed everywhere. Yeah, that's on my days. That was really good.
It's a solid lush.
I'm gonna go all my days with that one. That was all right, even with the 2 all my days, because you can't bring the orange and milk chocolate to all my days. If you guys suck. 2 all my days, 2 lush brings the double
In bowl?
because I'm not sure if that was the triple or the double. Chocolate chunk 2 lush. And last but not least,
Hey, we made it through 7.
peanut butter.
Not yet.
We're gonna get there. Oh, texture on this one, that's good.
Thank you, sir.
What is that? I don't think I've ever seen a peanut butter cookie with whatever that is. Cream? Peanut butter.
Wonderful peanut butter.
Wow.
I don't know what that was.
Is that like clotted cream on top?
Whatever this mystery cookie was.
That was good.
Glass of milk. That's the best cookie of the day. That's on my days.
I'll go on my days too. That was really good.
I'm going to third that on my days. I am not really sure I was expecting that from a peanut butter cookie, but whatever that little slice of cream or whatever, it really
The
tops.
surprise in it.
I did enjoy that, but not as much as the other 3 gems here. Lush.
Which means for the first time today on the last
That's a
cookie of the day,
sick, disgusting rating that we're getting ready to get.
the overall score
The milk and orange chocolate, which is heavenly.
of the peanut butter cookie from Ben's Cookies comes out to an overall rating of
Oh my days.
I don't agree with that. Go get the orange chocolate from Ben's.
While we won't spend a ton of time recapping our trip to the Westgate Mall here in Oxford, which was pretty cool by the way, this was when we decided it was time to stop into Primark and get some decently priced hoodies to keep ourselves a little bit more warm throughout the rest of our trip. It was also really interesting to see a TK Maxx, as we have TJ Maxx in the States, and I wish we had been recording when we saw this for the first time, an actual brick and mortar hotel chocolat store, literally any and every flavor that you can imagine here. And then we did some crazy golf.
Well, Josh and I played crazy golf. I don't know what the hell you and
Y'all
you
played
and
move
Mark-
the balls around with
Yeah,
your putter.
I don't know what the hell y'all did.
We were just there.
With about an hour to spare before our big dinner, we met up with 2 more viewers and friends of the channel, the Allens, Mr. and Mrs. Allen, who joined us for 9 holes of mini golf here at Junkyard Golf Club. And let me tell you, this facility had an incredible vibe. One of the coolest drink menus I've ever seen outside of a bar. If we had had more time, we could have spent a few hours in here easily.
Nice.
Wow.
Is it you or me?
It is you now.
Only one on film?
Barely. Unfortunately, we didn't get as much footage of this as we would have liked to, as it was proving to be quite difficult to video and keep score and make sure we weren't leaving any bags behind. And while the time may have been short, it was well spent, and it was really cool to finally meet the Allens after all of their support of the channel over the last several years. So thanks guys once again for coming down and hanging out with us. Then the moment our tour guide had been waiting for all week to show us his favorite Chinese buffet restaurant, Oxy Oriental Global Buffet. And here we had so many experiences that we had never tried before, such as prawn crackers, duck pancakes, a curry or two, and so much more. The vast assortment of things offered here at Oxy Oriental was astronomical, literally mind-blowing. Anything you could think of, it was here. Needless to say, if you ever go to Oxy Oriental and you leave hungry, that's on you. And so that was great quality Chinese buffet. I think amongst all of us that went, there was probably a total of 18 plates eaten, consumed.
More than that.
Amongst these four, 17.
I was about to say, if you count the one, back there, 17.
Well, one
Probably good I only had one
with dessert.
plate at this point. We had a little extra time before our closing activity of the evening, so we popped into this pub and had a couple of drinks, played a couple of games. If we ever had a weird gap of time in our itinerary, more than likely we spent it in a pub. No complaints from us.
Do you get a lot of sports bikes back home, or is it mainly like Harleys and stuff?
I don't know, we have both.
Yeah. It's mainly sports bikes.
For those of you that aren't aware, all of us here on the Blanks crew are huge fans of escape rooms. And if you've never played an escape room, it's an incredible way to work parts of your brain that you didn't even know you had while also having fun. Collectively, amongst the four of us, we've probably played upwards of 200 rooms, and we made the decision very early on that we had to experience a British escape room at some point during our visit. So it was fairly late at night, most everything else was closed down. We decided to book our very first British escape room experience, and it was fantastic. I'd say we were more than successful. We pretty much crushed that room.
Thank God we have Mega Mind, British viewer, because he killed it.
So
First time escape room for you.
Yeah, first time.
Well done. And after a long day of exploring, it was once again time to head back to the hotel. But there was one small pit stop that we were told we absolutely positively had to make before the final leg of our journey back to our rooms. Can any of you guess what it is? And yeah, that was day 5. Lots and lots of exciting things. Day 6 holds the Cotswolds for us.
Again, the
In
most
London.
famous road in Europe.
In London.
So, Bibury.
Bybury.
Bybury. Bye. Don't forget to come back for days 6 and 7, a special double feature next Tuesday as we explore the Cotswolds, try tea and crumpets for the very first time, as well as our very first reactions to English grocery stores, and a bonus home-cooked roast dinner you don't want to miss. All it leaves us to say is this has been Blanks No One Asked For, and certainly no one asked for this.
But wait, there's more.
Still got that itch for more blanks no one asked for? Click that bottom left video down there to see the content that YouTube thinks would be the best for you.